I actually was a software engineer out of college. I took film classes. I had some kind of thing that I knew I wanted to do. I kind of funneled it into performance, and I did theater. I was a street performer and a juggler, and I did all this stuff, and I couldn't quite figure out what I wanted to do in that, but I knew there was this space that I needed to fill. So eventually the internet came along, and it made writing really easy, because before I had to deal with like typewriters and paper and ribbons and whiteout and all this stuff. But then when the internet came and word processors showed up, it made it very easy to sit in my house at night and just research and write and just have fun with it.
Did you get some training as a writer, or was that just part of your?
I have to say that the internet was really my training at the time, and this was probably the late '90s. So it was kind of the early days of the internet when if you had an email address, you were still cool, or not cool. I don't know.
Right.
So you could actually email producers and things at that point, and they would answer. They would never answer a phone call, but because you were one of the people in the club with the email, they would sometimes answer. And there were some professional writers at that point. Ted Elliott and Terry Rossio, they were the guys who did Pirates of the Caribbean, and they did Shrek and Aladdin. They had started a website that is still up to this day. It's called wordplayer.com. And they just started to write articles and columns about kind of their musings. And I sort of joined in that community as well as a couple other online communities, and just sort of taught myself and learn from others, learn from mentors.
Which is the way it's always been done, really.
Yeah.
So if you're starting out working on a
Basically, my process right now goes something like this. I write the script. It usually takes me anywhere from 2 to 3 months, maybe 4 sometimes. And I'll send it to my agent, and the agent will send it out to producers. This is usually a really big moment when the agent sends it out to producers. I mean, you go on this roller coaster of a week. It starts out that they send the script to about 300 producers, and they're all the big names. Some are actually actors that they'll send to who have production companies. Others, the Jerry Bruckheimers, the J.J. Abrams. So you're sitting there saying, "Oh, these people are getting my script. They're reading it right now." And the reality is they don't read it, but they have somebody like right below them called a development exec, which actually reads it. And those development execs, they get only a couple days to go through those scripts, because nobody wants to miss out. Because if J.J. Abrams likes it, and I don't know, Ben Stiller's production company likes it, but Ben Stiller hits me first, I might go with Ben Stiller. So they're all in a big race. So they all read it right away, and then they come back to you with answers. So they basically say, we like this script. We want to take it into our studio. And the studio are like the big 7, Paramount, Warner Brothers, Universal. And what you try to do, your agent does this essentially. He'll pick the producers that have the best relationships with those studios. So he'll be like, Jerry Bruckheimer, he's the Disney guy. Let's let him take it to Disney. And then he might pick somebody else to take it to Universal.
Adventures of a Teenage Dragon Slayer?
Yeah, that's right.
And it's a delightful film, but it seems to sort of blend genres almost. And let's give us a little brief moment of setup on this clip, and then we'll watch.
Yeah, I think the name says it all for this one. So I think it's. I think you'll see what's going on.
Okay, let's watch Adventures of a Teenage Dragon Slayer.
Hey, Dark Smoke, I got some bad news for you. Bad news in a bottle.